What is up, everybody? My name is Harrison, and right now, we are here in Canada. Yep, they made Canada from Rocky Mountain Railroad into a real place. Your eyes are not deceiving you. And in 2024, my dad and I made a trip to Canada to the Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal areas. In this 3-part video series, you'll see, including but not limited to, preserved rolling stock from the Canadian National and Canadian Pacific, Canadian National and Canadian Pacific trains, a ride on Via Rail, twice, both in business class, and the public transit in Toronto and Ottawa, among other things. Without further ado, let us take a journey to Canada!
Please clear doors. Doors not closing.
Whoa! What's up, everyone? It's Harrison here, and we're arriving at Denver International Airport, and we're just passing by our friendly and welcoming scary horse neighbor, Lucifer. Also, I gotta admit, the red eyes on Lucifer make him look way cooler. After traveling through security, I then went to the underground people mover that transports people between various gates. Oh, sorry.
The doors are closing.
Approaching the station for all A gates. Exit here for all A gates.
No, not back to kids.
Please walk to the step.
Have a seat, please.
Unfortunately, I got off at the wrong gate because of my assumption that any international flights left Gate A, so I had to get back on the train to Gate B, which is United's main gate at DIA, but I didn't record any of that, so let's do a teleport to the gate and onto the plane. After getting on the plane, we left the gate. Fortunately, without seeing anyone get dragged off or getting dragged off. That shit was 7 years ago. Do you need to make a dead meme? Shut up! I have the right to bring up any dead jokes or memes that I feel like. Whatever, but if the entirety of the internet calls you cringe for making a dead meme and comes after you, do not say I didn't warn you. Heh. More like they should have been warned for what I have in store for them. Besides, even if I'm cringe, that makes me free. depart from Denver International Airport around after 10 a.m. We'll be in Toronto in 3 hours. Soon enough, we're in the skies above Toronto, and we're about to land at Toronto's Pearson International Airport.
Over there, that's... I think that's the Russian plane that Canada seized. At least I heard of something of Canada seizing a Russian airplane.
Welcome to Canada, everybody. We've landed at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. We see a variety of things here, including a Russian plane at Toronto Pearson. I believe that's the Russian plane that I heard got seized by the Canadian government. Also, since we were in Canada at this point, I knew I had to say this.
Hey Dad, what did the Spanish priest say to the Iranian gynecologist?
To Dad, I'm sorry if that was a bit awkward, but to everyone else, I'm not sorry that I made a South Park reference. So a few hours passed by and we're now at Grimsby, Ontario. We were at Grimsby because we were staying with a friend for that night, and I saw that there was a Via Rail station here, and when we got here, a train was about to pass by, and so I began recording. Oh boy, I bet it's gonna be a Via Rail train or a CN train. Wait a minute. Is that an Amtrak train? That is right, everybody. America's railroad just so happens to serve a little bit of Canada. This is Amtrak's Maple Leaf. It goes from New York City to Toronto, Ontario. It is one of 3 international Amtrak trains that Amtrak operates. The other 2 are the Adirondack from New York City to Montreal, and Amtrak's Cascade service, which goes from Eugene, Oregon to Portland, Seattle, and then Vancouver, British Columbia, though no round trips go the full way. This train, though, did not stop at the station, likely because there weren't any passengers to pick up or drop off. Oh, if passengers don't get up or from here, the train doesn't stop if there aren't any passengers to pick up or drop off here. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Still nice to see. This would be the only train we'd see for today, though. Well, I did go to the station earlier before I recorded that train, but still. Signals that are not on down there. I meant, at least, signals that are not green. The next day, we'd see more trains and actually ride a train. This is a GO Transit train owned and operated by Metrolinx, which operates public transit in Toronto and its suburbs. We're gonna take GO Transit's Lakeshore West line from Aldershot Station to Toronto's Union Station. And trust me, this GO train, it's really long.
That's what she said!
Though the other GO trains are just like it. 6:43. Looks like from here, I got a clear view of it all. Can-nat tracks. Maybe I'll see a Via train or 2. Hashtag foreshadowing. The
GO train that was on that track departed,
Oh, yeah?
and it went that way.
Okay. If I'm talking and I shouldn't be, give me a... What are you going to say to shut me up? What are you going to do? Like, you make a symbol or something? Do something where you don't say anything. Just like, show me something and be like, Dad. Something like that.
Okay. How about this?
These coaches here are Bombardier's bi-level coaches. They come with coaches and cab cars, and Bombardier Transportation, for the most part, built most of these cars.
I'm right here. Also, please don't get off, or you'll have to wait 30 minutes. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Probably more people would come on when we got...
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to your 402 eastbound train, making all station stops to Toronto Union Station. After restopping back at Union, the train will continue eastbound, making all station stops to Durham College, Oshawa. This is your customer service ambassador speaking to you from the accessibility coach, number 2536. On behalf of Go Transit and the operating crew, I'd like to thank you for riding with us today, and hope you enjoy your trip. Burlington's going to be our first station stop. Burlington.
We departed the Aldershot station at 4:02 p.m. We're going to be passing a variety of other trains taking commuters home, as well as the Via train, since this is along Via Rail's corridor route.
Seeing water down east. Even up in here, there's still CSX and BNSF.
Between our departure station, Aldershot, and Port Credit, the tracks here are owned by Canadian National. Although CN does appear to have allowed a lot of trains to run across this line.
Yeah, a lot of different railroads own these kinds of freight cars, and often you can see one railroad that's either a car from one railroad that's likely far from home, or a car from a railroad that has long since ceased existing.
Since we're beginning our journey here, so you want to thank our hosts that we just left on tape?
Yes. I would like to thank my dad's friend Dale and his son Declan and his wife Andrea for hosting Dad and I on this trip.
Last night
In Grimsby.
This location here is unfortunately the location of a tragic Via Rail accident that took place in 2012. A Via Rail crew misunderstood a signal and went across a 15-mile-per-hour switch at 67 miles per hour. Because of the excessive speed, the train derailed, killing the crew, as well as injuring a couple of other people. The grade crossing the train passed over has since been grade separated. Not to have things be too sour on this trip, here's some history about this route. The Lakeshore West Line was one of the first GO Transit lines to be inaugurated when GO Transit was created on May 23rd, 1967. Yes, GO Transit is older than the Amtrak.
Around the area I used to work.
The station we left from, Aldershot, was opened on May 25th,
Yeah,
1992.
just tell me the
These
story.
GO trains are often really long because the services are infrequent, well, as the line has 30-minute frequencies, and others, like the Milton line, have peak frequencies, and still will even after GO's RER expansion. Speaking of which, for GO RER expansion, this line, as well as several other lines owned by GO Transit, will gain 15-minute frequencies. This line especially will gain 15-minute frequencies between Aldershot Station and Union Station when GO expansion is completed. Essentially, GO expansion will make GO's frequencies a lot like SEPTA's. Well, the 15-minute frequencies thing will just be step 1 of GO RER expansion. There's actually something a lot bigger.
Hey, so, well, this hasn't really been recorded since I didn't have a phone at the time. One time, I did go to this part of Canada back in 2016. My mom and I visited Dad when he was still went on business trips frequently to Canada. Still does go on business trips, but not nearly as frequently. But this one time, we went to go visit him during a fall break that I had. And we rode a GO train from this station here all the way to Toronto Union Station. Then we took a VIA train from Toronto to Montreal. Montreal. And because of that, that was my first time I'd ever rode behind an F40PH. Because the VIA train that we rode on had an F40PH on it. Yeah?
Just looking at this long exposure option, and what they show you is an example of a train.
Appleby is our next station sound.
I'll try it.
Appleby.
Was that where Applebee's was invented?
Did you guys see that diesel on that GO train? One aspect about GO RER expansion that is constantly talked about is the fact that GO RER will include electrification on a variety of GO Transit's lines.
But with a BY, not BEES.
While a couple of lines will be electrified and use EMUs, a lot of the non-electrified lines will use dual-mode locomotives that can switch from diesel power to electric power without locomotive switches or having to end a line at one place. Looking at you, Washington Union Station. So that some trains can go from electrified territory to non-electrified territory effortlessly, even if further electrification can occur in the future.
Yes, that is correct.
Lock off the doors. These stand clear doors not closing.
And no,
Bronte is our next station stop.
it's just,
Bronte.
no, I don't have Parkinson's. I'm just not used to holding a camera for so long. At least without anything supporting my hands or my arms, since Usually when there is something supporting my hands or my arms, the camera is less shaky.
It's the office, there's.
Well,
Office is
yeah.
right around here. I don't know where exactly.
This must be the area where that one via train derailed.
No, that was a lot earlier.
At least without those old buildings, because those looked like like when it derailed, it crashed into some old industry and looked like those buildings may have been demolished between 2012 and now. Don't worry, that handle wasn't in the way.
Is it okay?
Yep. Oh my god, those cars are so small and cute.
Oakville's our next station stop. Oakville.
Interesting place to keep those cars, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not sure what the industry is here, but
Yeah, it's probably in the distance right there.
yeah, the industry is right there. Hazmat placards. Oh, and the gas station right there. I didn't know this. So, since that's a no horn sign, it looks like this place is full of selfish dumbasses. Gonna go to the other side.
One minute to doors.
Oh, okay, that is actually a cool way to show that your railroad serves this railway serves the station. Sorry, in the land of the free, we use railroad.
Also, just to briefly mention this, to tell the difference between a railroad and a railway, Watch
here
Amtrak
in
Guy
the land of
365's
maple syrup,
video about it.
they use
So that way
railway.
you won't have to be shot if you ever say Union Pacific Railway or Canadian Pacific Railroad. I'm about to get shot, am I?
Here we go again!
Final call for the doors. Please stand clear doors. Doors now closing.
606. Yeah, yes, I saw that those new Acela trains were delayed, but from what I've heard,
Clarkson's our next station stop.
They finally got the barrier that would prevent. Finally got through the barrier that would have prevented the testing for service, and now they're going to be tested for service, and hopefully they enter service this year, unless, yeah, you know what happens, unless there's another delay.
And for any passengers wishing to exit at Long Branch, train doors will be opening. Train doors will not be opening at Long Branch, and coach is 2064, 4131, 2313, 4173, 2446, 4009, and coach 322. If you're currently located in one of these coaches and wish to exit at Long Branch, please make your way through the train in the same direction the train is traveling until you reach coach 2536. Once again, those are coaches 2064,
That signal was
4131,
yellow.
2313, 4173, 2446, 4009, and coach 322. And once again, our next station stop is Clarkson.
Oakville Yard. I expect a good amount of Canadian National. Can-ass box. Okay, I gotta admit, even though that is vandalism, that did look cool. Still vandalism, though. That's the movement of the train, not Parkinson's. Old camp pack car. Whoa!
That train that just flew by us is a Via Rail corridor train. Via
Okay,
Rail's
I kinda was
corridor
expecting
is
that, but I
basically
wasn't sure
Canada's
when.
version of the Northeast Corridor. But I will go into more detail about Via Rail's corridor services later on.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, wait. You don't need 2 pay stubs. You need 3 months. month's bank statement or 2 of the most recent year of
Port credit's our next station stop. Port credit.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't need no tools for two stops. You don't need anything. You just need bank.
And once again, for any passengers wishing to exit at Long Branch, not all train doors will be opening. Train doors will not be opening at Long Branch. In coach is 2064, 4131,
They said a copy of
2313, 4173,
credit score is fine.
2446.
Wait, that's right? On the way. What did I bring?
Nice.
I didn't bring anything. I have everything. Remember, I got stuff. Ooh, but we do need things. I forgot to grab.
We are now arriving at Port
I
credit.
got drinks. I got like a shit and stuff for food and all that. Yeah, all that.
Word credit.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I was on a call. Yeah, I was on a call. So we called. And oh, what do you mean? What's the? What do you need more? What'd you bring? What do you bring? Yeah. I got all that. I got all that. Because we don't want anything to spoil, but we get spoiled. Listen, Mom, don't get anything that's already done. Get stuff like don't get food that's been done. Like don't get food that's already cooked. Because that gets because that gets spoiled. Just keep it. Just bring.
Final call for the doors. Please stand clear doors. Doors not closing.
Alright, get the good ones. Alright, see ya.
If you guys see construction going on down there, that's not for a road expansion, that's for the planned Ontario line.
Long Branch is our next station stop.
As of the making of this video, the Ontario line is set to open later this year. However, anything could happen between now and then, which could alter what I said in this video.
4131, 2313, 4173, 2446, 4009, and coach 322. If you're currently located in one of these coaches and wish to exit at Long Branch, please make your way through the train in the same direction the train is traveling until you reach coach 2536. Once again, those are coaches 2064, 4131, 2313, 4173, 2446, 4009, and coach 322. And once again, our next station stop is Long Branch.
Oh no! Anyways. There's a plane up there getting ready to land, though it's hard to see. Yeah, it probably disappeared already.
We are now arriving at Long Branch.
Ooh, oh, now there's a plane up there. These platforms are so freaking small. Like, if the trains are this freaking long.
Mimico is our next station stop. Mimico.
Oh, I guess we'll cross here. Long Branch.
Some Mardi Gras from? Oh, that's a near Whaler, right? This is
Yeah, that one is the cross from Abuela. I guess we're on concrete ties now. Feels
Oh, yeah?
a bit smoother.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that the way it works? Sometimes?
Sometimes. Yeah.
This here is GO Transit's Willowbrooke Yard and Shops. A lot of GO Transit's equipment is maintained and stored here. There's a lot of old and new equipment here in the shops.
Hey, those are one of the older kind of cars.
Here. See it? It's just on the other side of that building right there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, this is one of the facilities here?
Yes, this is one of the GO facilities.
We are now arriving at Mimico.
He's been around longer.
Exhibition is our next station stop. Exhibition.
Do you see something in red? That's a train on Toronto's streetcar system.
Those are
The Toronto streetcar system is one of the few original streetcar systems still remaining in North America, and today the streetcars that are used for the Toronto streetcar network are the Flexity Outlook type. The streetcars once used the iconic Canadian light rail vehicle car, but they got retired in 2019 after they were replaced by the Flexity Outlooks.
Our next station stop is Toronto's Union Station. After a brief stop at Union, this train will continue eastbound, making all station stops to Durham College. Osh will go.
Yeah, I guess he's saying Toronto's. With an S on the end, really fast.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me.
Old searchlights.
Huh?
There was a signal bridge up there that had searchlights. A disappearing type of signal here in the US and Canada.
As you'll see here, a lot of Canadian railways still have a lot of searchlight signals on their lines. Searchlights are pretty much gone from the US rail network, with only a handful of places still having them, especially on lines that aren't frequently used, as well as lines that are currently abandoned. However, a lot of the searchlight signals are being replaced by triple indication light signals, which are more efficient, even if they are less cool.
If you're exiting here at Union, just remind second round, and make sure you have all your personal belongings before you exit the train. And on behalf of Go Transit and the Aldershot crew, I'd like to thank you for riding with us today, and hope you enjoyed your trip. And great news, you can now transfer for free between Go Transit and the TTC through Ontario's One Fare program. Tap on and off as you normally would, and the discount will automatically be applied. Learn more at Presto Card. toronto.ca/onefare. And once again, we are now arriving at Toronto's Union Station.
That train you're seeing right there is a Union Pearson Express train. It goes from Toronto Union Station to Toronto Pearson International Airport, much like the A line back in Denver. In the future though, with Go RER, the UP Express will eventually become integrated with Go Transit's network. We've made it to Toronto's Union Station, a major terminal for GO Transit and Via Rail, as well as the northern terminus for Amtrak's Maple Leaf train and the eastern terminus for the Canadian. Well, it's more like the Supercontinental that just so happens to be named the Canadian right now, as currently the Canadian operates on the route that the Supercontinental used to run. It's been like that after major Via Rail cuts in 1990. The train is also considered to be one of the last streamliners, as it uses the streamlined equipment from the 50s, but now with the equipment getting old, Via Rail is urging the Canadian feds in Ottawa to allow them to purchase brand new equipment for their long-distance trains. Whether that'll mean that the Canadian will go back to its old route and the Supercontinental is revived is up to debate. But whatever comes from a long-distance train order from Via Rail and what Via Rail will do with those long-distance trains, only time will tell. But hopefully it will allow for increased frequencies, if not a revival of other long-distance trains that Via Rail used to operate. But that is just me. I'm more of an optimist rather than a doomer. Does that idling sound familiar? That's because Via Rail uses the GE Genesis line of diesels for some of their corridor services. And this here 900 was one of the first ones to be built for Via Rail. Amtrak also rosters these back home. Albeit, those Genesis and these Genesis engines will be replaced with Chargers. Also, Canada does have their own designation for locomotive classes, and to learn more, watch the Winnipeg Railfans video about it. We checked in at a hotel called the Intercontinental, which looks over the tracks.
I ain't had steak in a while.
Although, I think it'd be cooler if it was called the Continental, like in John Wick. Or maybe, just maybe, the Supercontinental, because Via Rail.
Okay.
I probably should have rested at this point, but I still wanted to see a couple more trains, and so I decided to film here, because this place has a great view of the tracks around Toronto Union Station. So a cool place to rail fan and not actually have to leave your hotel building room. Also in view of here is Toronto City Airport, which is the main airport in Toronto for like commuter planes and smaller prop planes.
Half rail fan, half aviation geek. then they must really like this place. They would really like this place. Well, at least assuming they have the money. Anyways. Heck is that? Could have sworn I didn't see or anything. Must be Union Pearson Express.
Buddy,
Yes, Dad?
this is your water here, okay?
Okay.
Drink it whenever you want.
Hold on. Oh yeah, those look like the older cars that look like they're from the 50s.
Pretty cool spot, huh?
Yes.
I'm glad we paid extra for this place.
Nice. Shouldn't those coaches be used on one of the long distance trains that Via Rail operates? Oh, right. Guess that's the shortest GO train you'll see in a while.
After a bit, I decide to go across the tracks towards Roundhouse Park, which is a railway museum across from the hotel that we were staying at. The first thing I saw while at Roundhouse Park was a CP Rail coach. Now I will pause this just a moment to give you guys a heads up. I will mostly be referring to the Canadian Pacific Railway as either CP Rail or CAMPAC. I know that there's that common acronym CP, but I don't use it because, well, let's just say that this message I had from a conversation on Discord says it all. So for the most part, I'm saying either CP Rail or CAMPAC. Moving on. In addition to the big trains, there also appeared to have been a miniature railway here, although it was partially disconnected. This roundhouse is from the days of when the Canadian Pacific used to operate trains in and out of Toronto's Union Station. However, now, after the end of steam, this roundhouse was pretty much left useless, but this roundhouse became the current Roundhouse Park, and it houses a lot of historical equipment.
Steam Whistle Brewing.
As you can see, there's a lot of equipment from both CN and CP Rail that are currently in this park, as well as an old GO transit car. CN and CP Rail have often been really generous when it came to preservation, and this park shows it.
New York Central 464s. One of the tenders of those two 464s still survive, so at least some remnant of the New York Central Hudson still remain.
This is a Canadian National GP7 or GR15A according to CN. General Motors Diesel built this engine, and these were a really common first-generation diesel among American and Canadian railroads and railways.
I'm on the CN Jeep. For some reason, they didn't block off public access to this locomotive, but they did with those two locomotives right there, and I can understand why, especially for 6213. But yeah, this is an old Canadian National Jeep. Now these are the types of Jeeps that I would like to drive.
That there is CN 6213. It's a 484 Northern type that was built in 1942 by the Montreal Locomotive Works as part of CN's fleet of Confederations until retirement in 1959. But she wasn't scrapped, and instead was donated to the city of Toronto and stayed on static display at the location of what was once new Fort York, before being placed in Roundhouse Park. Fortunately, despite being a park engine, the museum has kept really good care of 6213 and has spent the time and money to keep her in good looking order. However, to some steam locomotive enthusiasts, it does look as if she's stranded inside a cage almost. However, it may be possible that CN 6213 could have an excursion career in the future, albeit the chance is small. The 6213 went through a refit at CNR Stratford shops before retirement, and according to the Wikipedia article for 6213, is therefore an ideal candidate for restoration to live steam at some point in the future, and the society that takes care of her, the TLPS, continues to explore options for potentially firing her up sometime in the future. While that may be glad news for some to hear, as of now it's only potential, and we're not sure what could happen, but only time will tell. For now though, 6213 remains where she is.
These locomotives are blocked off from the public. To be honest, I don't really blame them. These locomotives are rare. A lot of people probably see value in some of the parts. So I don't blame many of them for blocking off access to these locomotives from the public.
Also behind the CN 6213 is CN 9159, except somebody decided to only preserve the cab. What the hell?
Front fourth of that locomotive is standing there today.
Sorry if I got angry. I just wasn't sure why they only preserved just the cab of 9159.
Just preserve the front end even sober. Oh well, at least that's still there.
After going to the museum, I then went to the tracks of Toronto's Union Station and decided to get a few trains. By a few, I meant I only saw 2. This GO train here is included with that weird cab car. Oh seriously, that front looks so weird. The train is powered by an F59PH locomotive, and given the future electrification plans, I'm glad that I took a video of the F59PH, and not at the last minute when, you know, everything is about to immediately change. And again, that's an Up Express train. Much like Denver International Airport, which is pretty much halfway across Kansas, Toronto's Pearson International Airport can be a real hassle to get to, and therefore that is why the Toronto Pearson Express train was built. Both the A-Line in Denver, the Up Express in Toronto, and a variety of other airport link trains pretty much serve the same purpose, taking passengers from either downtown to an airport, or vice versa. As mentioned earlier, it's going to be integrated into the GO transit network in the future.
As far as I'm concerned, there are subways and there are streetcars. Oh, there's our elevator. It's just getting
We're about
louder
to
and
go
louder.
somewhere for dinner, and the tunnel is staring at us menacingly. Also, Dad took this photo of me while at the station. That menacing sound, as it turns out, is a train. Specifically, a subway train that's a part of Toronto's subway network, which is part of the TTC.
Let me get it again. I didn't get the thumbs up.
We're going to be taking the subway from Union to Wellesley station in the direction of where the train would go to Finch. The Union is though on a curve, and that's why the train is going pretty slowly, so that, you know, the train would not derail.
Line 1, Clarkson. Please stand clear of the door.
Yeah.
Next station is King Station.
We'll have to get at Wellesley. We'll have to get off at Wellesley Station. Wellesley. Yeah.
Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is
King Station and Queen Station. Kind of appropriate.
line 1, floor 10. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is Dundas Station. Dundas Station. Doors open on right. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is College Station. College Station. Doors open on right. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is Wellesley Station. Arriving at Wellesley Station. Doors will open on the right.
All right.
Line 1, Fort Finch.
After getting off, we would have dinner at a place called Bumpkins, and the staff there was really nice. But now, it's time to head back to our hotel. These subway cars here are Toronto's Rocket Fleet, which replaced the TTC's H-Series cars. They boost full open gangways, meaning that people can go from one car to another without needing to find a station. This kind of feature is only just recently being implemented in the US with the R211Ts and potentially the WMATA 800 series cars. However, some people dislike this design because some people think that it could be a safety concern, but I think that design can easily increase safety too, especially since transit police wouldn't have to be stuck in one car or another.
But I'll hear it as well, so I'll know when it says.
Next station is College.
Going through the tunnel, you can see how much the train can move with the open gangway, especially on turns.
Arriving at College Station. Doors will open on the right.
Would you like that?
Yes. I think there will be another chance before Union.
Please stand clear of the doors.
What's your reaction? I thought somebody else could fix that time, but I'm not going to do it now. That's my rub.
Next station is Dundas Station. Doors will open on the right.
You know what TTC stands for?
Toronto Transit Commission.
Good.
Yep.
I was trying to figure it out for a while.
Please stand clear of the doors.
If I wanted to take that turn, I'm gonna block. Oh, that gets blocked. That guy's blocking the view.
Yeah.
You gotta go on this side.
Next station is Queen Station. Arriving at Queen Station. Doors will open on the right.
Big turn right for you.
Yep.
Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is King Station. Arriving at King Station. Doors will open on the right. Next station is Union Station.
There's the bend.
Arriving at Union Station. Doors will open on the left.
Alright. This is us, Dad.
Line 1, more forward.
No, I left the battery charging.
Before the day ends, I decide to catch a few more trains, though a lot of the rest are either commuters who are still going home, or via rail trains being put away for the night. Here's one via rail train right now.
$64.20.
That engine right there is in Via Rail's old livery. The new livery is the one that has "Love the Ride" plastered on both sides, one in English and one in French. Here comes a Via Rail P42DC in the old livery. There are so far 4 P42DCs that Via Rail owns that are still in the older Via Rail livery, those being 901, 902, 917, and 915.
Hey man. 9:15. Oh my goodness, that's 9:15. I know it's dark and you can barely see, but that oh my god, stupid phone camera. But that number on that VO locomotive is 9:15. Same as the locomotive that was involved in the Fallowfield crash.
By that point, it had been a pretty long day, and this GO train that you're seeing right here would be the last train that I would record for today. That day had been a long day. I had got up while staying with a friend of my dad's, as well as his son. Then we rode on GO Transit's Lakeshore West line from Aldershot all the way to Toronto's Union Station. Then I went to Roundhouse Park and saw all sorts of equipment from the old days of railroading in Canada, from both CN and CP Rail, as well as a few other smaller railroads that were in the area. And then we rode on the Toronto subway from one station to another and back. And so I went to bed not long afterwards, because the next day was going to be a big one. And so I went to bed. Except I struggled to sleep that whole night.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night, I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesdays I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory. On Wednesdays he goes shopping and has buttered scones for tea.